Hi Sagittarius, it's Dee Fernandez, your tarot reader. Today we have another great tarot reading. Why do I say that? Because they certainly usually are, right? Hope you guys are well, and take what fits in this reading, Sagittarius, and leave the rest out because it's a general reading. If you'd like your own, I'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later. And we are coming in with the reading the next day after the Pisces full moon eclipse. And I'm using this deck here. It's called House of the Night, which is very fitting because Pisces is about the night. And why do I say that? Because it is the 12th house, and that is the last sign. It is the sign of, it's about sleep. Yeah, Pisceans need a lot of sleep, but it is the 12th house of bed pleasure and darkness because of the mystery that Pisces is about. Yeah, Pisces is about mystery. And so is Scorpio. But yeah, we have, this full moon eclipse in Pisces. And I know I'm feeling it. Yeah. So I have a video on that, and I will link it at the top of the comments, and you can check that out. And yeah, I'll have the timestamps up too. Let's see what we have, you guys. And that video will be astrology, right? Of course, on my other channel. We have complicated. Yeah, well, astrology is complicated, but there's a situation here that is complicated, Sagittarius. There is. It is a number 11, and what does 11 mean? 11 means that there could be two people here. There could have been a choice, a complicated choice, decision. Yeah, because that's what 11 means, a two. And now we have belonging, and that is in the reverse, and that's a trip. So this is kind of the card of this deck. And it's called the House of the Night, belonging. Let's have a look here at what seems to be darn complicated. Let's have a look, or, and it says, my sweet one, wouldn't it be nice if life were always simple and things were obvious and transparent? Yeah, but that's not how life is, right? Life cannot be really interesting if it's that simple, right? That's kind of like, you're a college graduate and you are dating somebody who's in the 8th grade, right? So it's going to, that's the comparison, right? And so, yeah, it says drawing this symbol reminds you that sometimes there are so many elements to consider that it can be next to impossible to understand them all in the moment, especially when you most want to find an answer. Right now, things are complex, and only time will help you put all the pieces of the puzzle together. Just remember, simple can also be boring. That's pretty much what I was saying. And complications can make for deeper, more mature experiences. Don't try to figure this one out. Just be open and follow the threads of life's mysterious web. That's very Piscean, right? Because the Pisces full moon is urging us to trust and let go. And this, what does that mean? It means trust in the divine. Don't, get rid of your hopes, get rid of your doubts and fears about your life. Yeah. So, and trust in the divine, trust in your own divinity. Yeah. And things will be good, really, because, I don't mean, if there's, kind of a tractor, trying to pull your car away or repossessing it. I don't mean anything like that. Of course not. Right. But, things will be good because that's what Pisces is very idealistic, and they believe that everything can be just divine and beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, let's see what we have, and we'll look at this belonging card. Let's see, somebody maybe want to belong to you. Let's have a look at it. It's reversed too, so these don't read in the reverse. No, they don't. But that is a sign, right? And so, my dear one, I know you've been searching your whole life for a sense of belonging, a feeling of home and acceptance. So this belonging card in the reverse with this complicated card, which is about a choice, I believe, is about somebody who realizes that whatever they're doing, they don't really belong there, or they don't belong to somebody, or somebody doesn't belong to them. But it's their life is not, they don't feel like their life is aligned to their values and to really what they want, right? Come and enter the house of the night, for when you choose the simple, you have joined us in the community of beauty, friendship, and secrets, only shared and known among my chosen ones. You're chosen to belong. This symbol also tells you that you're in the right place now. You are home. So remember, it was reversed. So as I said, this is, about somebody who felt like they didn't belong, and they made some type of a choice. They didn't belong where they were. Hmm. You are home. Be at home inside yourself. Learn to be comfortable in your own skin. When you choose the simple, you know that I, Nyx, goddess of the night, have chosen you. Really interesting. We'll get one more card, and we have the High Priestess of Water. So we know that she is, she could be a water sign, but the energy itself is about intuition. When we see the High Priestess of Water, wow, this talks about reminding you that when this High Priestess shows up, that all things change, like the powerful element she represents. All right, so there's change here, and water does represent change. It represents healing and an understanding of things. It does, because of the intuitive element, right? And, this High Priestess of Water, this could be like, the High Priestess in general, but can be like about, endings, right? Or transformation, because it was talking about change. And the High Priestess is, about endings and change. For Pisces, it's, represents the 12th house of endings. And for Scorpio, it represents transformation, right? Yeah. Water is a transforming element that flows in rivers, makes waves in the vast ocean, turns to hard, cold ice, and disperses as hot steam. Yeah, water is a real trip. It sure is. Water can change into snowflakes, white fluffy clouds, and rain. When you draw the symbol of water, it signifies a time when things in your life are changing shape right before your very eyes. Go with it. Go with the flow. That's what the Pisces full moon is about. Somebody is under the power of the full moon here because of the change, the High Priestess of Water. Yeah, and this belonging card talks about, in the reverse, it talks about somebody who wants to go with the flow, and they were not going with the flow, whatever that meant, right? A choice that they made this choice, and whatever choice they made, they were not aligned with it, right? So that's how we know we step out of it. We let it go. And yeah, let's see what else we have. And we're using the Sense and Sensibility deck for you guys. And we have, these don't read in the reverse either. That's another message. We have the Three of Clubs, which is the Three of Wands. And we have the Seven of Clubs, which is the Seven of Wands. So we have these wands here. And now we have the Wheel of Fortune. That may be you, Sagittarius. But divine timing is at play in this reading. Right? We know that because this High Priestess and these energies here are taking somebody out of their situation, guiding them, or maybe just removing them altogether, kind of like Uranus does. Pluto can do that basically with endings. Jupiter can do that as well, because when Jupiter wants you to expand, it says, oh, you're not expanding over there, you're not growing, so here I come with my what do you call that thing? With my tractor or my crane to lift you up and move you out of the way, right? Yeah. So let's have a look here at this Three of Wands for Sagittarius, and which is reversed. These are musical instruments. This talks about preparing and practicing. In the reverse, something's over here, I believe, and no longer partaking in it. That's really what that reminds me of. And let's look at that and see what they say here. And this is preparation. Yeah, accomplished ladies. Okay, this talks about practice makes perfect. But this can also be that somebody, whoever was in this wrong place at the right, this wrong situation or wrong place, yeah, I feel like they recognize that too, because I feel like these instruments have to do with the alignment here, right? When you are playing an instrument, you're practicing. I know, because I've played keyboard and guitar both, and so when you do that, you are aligning yourself with the divine. Really, the music is divine. So there's something here. We understand this. We're going to leave it in the reverse. And this preparation and practice, this can mean that somebody no longer is, as I said, partaking, right, in a situation. The Seven of Wands, Seven of Clubs, let's see what they say here. And challenges, it's always challenges here, but in this deck it could be a little different. Developing a green thumb requires vigilance. This is about fertility. Keep watering your garden here. Yeah, so something is like returned to, or now there's attention, right? Somebody's paying attention to something here and not over here, and they feel a bit challenged. And here is the Wheel of Fortune. It's also the Ten of Hearts. That's the Ten of Cups. Let's see what they say here. And the Wheel of Fortune is, right, all the signs basically on the zodiac. That's really what it is. It can be, you could have a windfall. Sometimes you can win money. I remember I did a reading for my neighbor when I lived in this one place, and she was going through she wanted to leave her job, so she forced herself, but she was getting a severance pay. And I told her, she got the Wheel of Fortune. This is when I first doing cards. I told her, you need to ask for more money. So she goes back for her severance and asks for more money. And she was very happy that I go, because you have the Wheel of Fortune here. That means that, this is good luck to you. You got to try. So she comes back and she got double of what they had first offered her. Yeah, very cool. And the Wheel of Fortune, let's see what they are. And this is destiny. That's right. The Wheel of Fortune is destiny. Spin the wheel and see where you can go, right? Or see where you get to. It has a lot to do with the North Node, and which is, fate and destiny, your true potential, your higher calling, your higher purpose. All this stuff is the Wheel of Fortune, and your divinity, right? And that has to do with the full moon last night, right? Not everybody will feel it, but a lot of people will, because this is a very interesting, because we have 2 new moons in Virgo as well. Which is, the one on the 21st will be the solar eclipse, which is a new moon eclipse, which is really interesting here. But there's something divine going on. The fans blow the winds of fate this way and that way. Yeah, that's really interesting, right? And so we have fate and destiny stepping in here, Sagittarius. So I feel like that is awesome. Let's get into it. And I'm going to use these cards today. If you guys want to get a psychic reading with me, you can also get an astrology reading. But the psychic reading and the tarot readings, I'm always checking for accuracy, right? Yeah, so are the astrology. But, we're talking about these tarot readings and psychic readings. So my work, I'm always checking for accuracy. You choose the formatting. They can be a lot of fun. They're one-on-one. If you choose that format, and if you don't understand somebody, get a reading on them. Maybe they are really kind of feeling this full moon eclipse, because there are endings, and there also are revelations, psychological and intuitive insight when we have a full moon eclipse. Yeah, eclipse is a full moon on steroids. That's what it is. Yeah. So let's see what we have. Mystic Sense has a free 5-minute psychic reading, Sagittarius, and you can also get a past life reading with me, which are really helpful for your evolution. That has to do with fate and destiny too. Yes, it does. The bottom of the deck, everything is in the description box. The bottom of the deck here is the 10 of Pentacles. And I'm going to go ahead and lay these cards out, and I'm going to, see the card first, because the naked images here are, they're not, YouTube doesn't like those, right? Let's see what we have, you guys. And we have the 2 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. These people are dressed, but they are definitely dressed very tattered. They're broke. They're down and out. Somebody was down and out here about this whole situation. Maybe it is Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn because of the King of Pentacles. Justice is here. It may be a Libra for sure. And somebody could be judging their life. They could. Taking a really good look at their life, because Judgment talks about wisdom. It can talk about making a decision to bring harmony and balance. And it can talk about getting your justice if you've been wronged, things like that, right? Talks about legalities too. 3 of Cups. Temperance is here. Queen of Wands. 9 of Swords reversed. And the 10 of Cups. So everybody's got their clothes on here. That's a good thing, right? And so the Queen of Wands, the King of Pentacles, respectively. So we might have you and another, and an earth sign, maybe another fire sign. It could be anybody here. The Libra is an air sign. And so, but there are two people here in this reading. We start with this card, which is an 11, which is a 2. We already know there's two people here, right? Justice can talk about two people. It's a number 11 as well, and she's got the scales here, right? One scale for you and one for me, Sagittarius, right? Yeah, and if I was little, I might say, put a couple more candies on my side. Maybe, but I was a pretty nice kid, right? And so there is a choice being made in this. There was a choice. It was a complicated choice, right? We saw that. We heard that. And the Two of Pentacles starts the reading, and the Two of Swords. Next to the Five of Pentacles, this means that somebody was down and out when they made a choice, but when they made the choice, it was to lift themselves out of this down and out feeling, right? And so somebody may want to reconcile with you here, Sagittarius. And remember, we have the belonging card. So somebody in this reading feels like they really are aligned with you, or belong to you, or you belong to them. That's what's going on. And so we have change. That's the High Priestess of Water, was more about change than anything else, right? Because of the flow of water and the changeability of water, right? We heard of all the kind of implications of water, steam and ice and all this stuff, right? If you guys ever want to read the book by, Matsuro Emoto, which, emoto is like emotions, right? So he was the guy who said that water, water is so changeable and impressionable. So if you are, he did all these experiments on water. So if you're sitting around and you are, complaining and swearing, and you've got some, definitely music that is, taking people out of their relaxation, the water will, and you are trying to freeze it, the water will freeze into kind of ugly shapes. And if you are playing beautiful music and and acting loving and things like that, very positive, the water can freeze into snowflakes, really beautiful shapes. So he was showing that everything has energy. Water has energy, right? And that it is very highly malleable, which is very hopeful for, humanity, right? And so there's like suspicions in this reading. There may be. I feel like it's more like somebody was worried so much. The Nine of Swords reversed. Yeah, they were worried. They were, or they were in a place of instability. Yeah, most likely. And we do have like fulfillments, chapters that are ending in this reading. The Five of Pentacles is an ending. This Nine of Swords is an ending. It's a fulfillment, like something's over, and it's supposed to be over because we have the Wheel of Fortune up here. This talks about divine timing and destiny. Destiny is divine timing. It's when your fate and destiny shows up for you, or throughout your life, that's divine timing. It sure is, right? And we also have the Ten of Cups, Sagittarius, and that is also a fulfillment. That is a completion as well. So a really interesting reading here. We have some type of healing going on. As soon as you align with your true self, what you want for yourself in this life, career-wise or otherwise, right? Once you align with your true self, your true authentic self, that's when healing starts, right? And so, hopefully nobody is like sick here. Five of Pentacles, sometimes that talks about illness. I don't feel like there's physical illness here at all, but I feel like there was kind of sadness and down and out, right? I talk about that when I start the reading. We're going to get a card. We're going to use these gypsy cards just to, oh God, you guys, excuse me, just to clarify. And we have the waiting card. The waiting card can talk about envy. It can also talk about simply waiting. And this woman is waiting. She's got her elbow here kind of on this semi-pillar. Some type of waiting was going on here. It's possible there was envy here because somebody's being left out. That is a possibility, right? Now, let's get a card on the Five of Pentacles sitting in the challenging energy with the Journey card. Yeah, this is like the World card, and he's leaving this home here on his on his horse, and he's going somewhere new. So he's closing out a cycle and to begin a brand new cycle, the Journey card. Yeah, somebody could have been left out here because a cycle ends, and this is what I've been saying, right? For this reading is really divine for somebody in terms of fate and destiny. It sure is, right? And of course we have the wheel here, the Wheel of Fortune. The King of Pentacles is why it's all happening. And in the past, we see the Knight of Wands. This is somebody who has courage and rises up. That's what he's doing. And could be you or them. And the Friend. So, this possible that this person is a friend of yours. But what I believe this is somebody is being a friend to themselves. Like they're aligning themselves with what they want here and what they feel like where they belong. Right? And here we have Justice. The pretty judge, right? Do they have pretty judges? Oh, maybe, but Okay, we have the Conversation card, and that is about a decision. And so these women are sitting around. They're kind of, the neighborhood or the village women. There's only about like 6 women here, but they're sitting there, and this is the lady heading the conversation. So this can be about a decision, where you kind of, gather yourself up, right? But it is a decision. It can be a conversation. Somebody here is seeing themselves as maybe having a conversation with you, possibly try to bring things to balance, right? Try to create harmony with you. That could be the case in this reading, because we know something has gone on here with the Five of Pentacles, and this potentially envy card. And somebody could have been waiting in this reading to end something before they step up, Sagittarius. That definitely could be, they could have, because they could have been leaving somebody out here. Five of Pentacles in the challenging crossing energy, right? I feel like there is a decision here. As I said, conversation is a decision, and so is the judge. She makes her decision. She's wearing a crown. I didn't know judges wore crowns, but hey, whatever, back in the day, right? It was different back in the day, of course. But yeah. And so here she is with her sword, like, kind of, if you guys ever seen Caso Cerrado, right? Case closed, right? That's what that means. And she, she makes her judgment as she hits the gavel. But somebody made a decision here. They did, because of conversation as well. And that's how somebody is seeing themselves making a decision to change, to be open to the divine, to be open. And I feel like this person feels like they most likely belong with you, Sagittarius, or they're really aligned with you. It's the same thing. Yeah, it sure is, right? Alignment is so important. You have to get your tires aligned, don't you? Yeah, or your car's driving kind of crazy and erratically, and on the freeway it'll shake the wheel and all that. And we need to be aligned, right? Yeah, we do. Right? Yeah. And so Three of Cups sitting here, you might have a reconciliation with somebody, Sagittarius. The concern here is temperance. This is healing. Right underneath the Five of Pentacles, these kind of sick people, and, his broken leg, and, right, kind of crutches, and he's got, a patch over his eye, and poor guy, right? Yeah. He's got this lady kind of caring for him, though, this pretty lady here, but, she's kind of down and out too. But here, above temperance is a healing. It definitely is. We'll get a card on that. And yeah, let's see what we got. We're going to use another gypsy card. Surprise. So the concern here is that somebody had an awakening about you, or you had an awakening about them. The surprise card is an awakening. It just, yeah. This guy he's fishing. And he's net fishing, right? And so he thinks instead of getting crab or whatever's in here, right? He's not at the beach, so, but it could be coming, maybe from, but here he is, and he has cast his net, and instead of pulling up fish or shellfish or whatever he's trying to catch, he has these bags, and they may be money bags here, but it's a surprise to him. It's an awakening. Somebody has a powerful realization here that either they want to heal the situation with you or that you're fate and destiny to them, and it does look like both. The Queen of Wands is in the environment. It's in the psyche. You're on this person's mind big time, Sagittarius, or this is your psyche. You guys could be one. And what do I mean by that? You could both be having the same thing on your mind here, or your same mindset. I want to heal this situation possibly with this person. And here we have the Nine of Swords reversed. And I feel like what this means is this is in the hopes and fears. This could be, you know, I feel like somebody was in their worry, but I feel like they're done with that. Let's get a card on it. See what we got. And we have love. And here is Cupid. He just ate, you know, like 10 candy bars, right? And he can't get up, right? But here he is, and he's got the storks up here. And he's got his bow and arrow. He does, because, you know, that's what he has to do in his life. He's being called to bring love to people, right? And to join people together. And so that's what he's doing here. Somebody really loves you in this reading, Sagittarius, but I feel like they kind of had an awakening over it. I feel like they didn't understand until, or they didn't know or realize, yeah. And 10 of Cups sits in the potential outcome, and that is definitely a happy ending for you here, Sagittarius. And, you know, yeah. So this is very interesting. It is. I feel like you're going to have something, you have something really good going on. I feel like this eclipse is helping to bring this in for you, Sagittarius. Eclipses are about divine timing. They are. Thanks so much for joining me. And please like, share, and subscribe. It helps me to keep these readings coming to you. It does with the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, and also hit the little bell if you'd like to receive any uploads of mine or notifications. Check out the description box if you'd like a reading with me. They are lots of fun. And I will put that astrology video for the Pisces full moon eclipse at the top of the comments if you'd like to see that. Thanks so much, you guys.